Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Apothecary and welcome back to my channel.
Today I'm here to talk about, let's be honest, I'm here to gush about Beach Read by Emily Henry. I read this as a buddy read with my bestie Leslie at The Nerdy Narrative, and we both absolutely loved it so much. Because this is a gush review that's already telling you is a 5 out of 5 stars. But first, let me give you a spoiler-free summary of what this book is all about, why we loved it so much. A romance writer who no longer believes in love and a literary writer stuck in a rut engage in a summer-long challenge that may just upend everything they believe about happily ever afters. They make a deal where they have to switch genres. So a romance writer writes literary fiction where everyone dies, and our literary writer has to write a romance book. I absolutely love this premise so much. I love these characters. I loved everything about this book. But let me tell you more. Let me get into details on our call pile scores. Characters. I gave this characters an 8.5 out of 10. I wanted more of at least two of our characters, maybe a couple more. I understand why we didn't get more of them, but I wanted more of them because I loved them so much. But our two main characters were amazing. They were fantastic, and the chemistry between them was great, and I honestly could see myself in both of them and certain things that they were talking about together. Atmosphere and setting, I gave a 9 out of 10. Y'all, this was just right. Emily Henry got the setting just right. It felt like a lake house, vacation home type of setting. The atmosphere was perfect. It's that small town atmosphere where everyone knows everyone and they think they know everyone's business, but we'll see. Writing style is a 10 out of 10. I can't give anything lower because I loved everything about it. I wouldn't change a single thing about it, except for maybe a couple more of scenes with those characters I mentioned before. Plot, I gave a 9 out of 10. I loved how our plot developed. It was a slow burn. It was a slow develop. It was enemies to lovers trope, which I'm usually not the biggest fan of, but it totally worked in this book, and the plot worked beautifully. Intrigue, I gave 8 out of 10. Y'all, there was way more intrigue than I expected here, and I loved it. We knew, based on the fact that this was a romance book, a contemporary romance, that, I kind of knew where it was going to end up in the end, but I had no idea how it was going to end up, and I loved it. That kept me turning page after page after page, and it was fantastic. Logic and relationships, 9.5 out of 10. Everything made sense in their own way, in the way that it was supposed to, and our relationships were just breathtaking. I loved the relationships in this book so much. Every single relationship that we saw felt so heartfelt, thought out, sincere, and it was just so fantastic to see how they developed or didn't develop, where they all went, and I just loved it. And enjoyment is a 10 out of 10. Like I said, I saw myself in both of our main characters, and I loved it. I was crying in expected places and unexpected places. I loved everything about this book. Our call pile total is 64 divided by our 7 categories, which gives us a 9.14, which is, I just did this weekend when I was curious. This book is tied with, I think, 3 or 4 other books that I've read this year with a score of 9.14 as the highest rated read for me so far this year. I absolutely loved it. That, of course, gives us a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this book so much that it has the potential to be a reread, especially like an annual reread. This, to me, feels like those rom-coms that you just watch every year. You know how it's going to end up. You know all the words to it, but you just love it so much and the feeling that it gives you that you watch it every year. This book has that similar feeling to me, and I can't wait to read it again and re-experience these characters. If you've read Beach Read, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of it? Did you love it just as much as I did? If you've read other Emily Henry books, let me know where I should go next, because y'all, She just became an auto-buy author for me, and I need more Emily Henry in my life. But that's it for now. Keep reading, and I love y'all to the moon and back. Bye.